Welcome to You Make the Difference. I'm Wanda Walker, and today I have as my guest Stephanie Preston. And Stephanie is with the Merry Market. The Merry Market helps with early learning, and we're going to talk to Stephanie so you'll know all about the Merry Market and so you can plan to attend. Welcome to the show, Stephanie.
Thank you so much for having me here.
You are welcome.
It's a great opportunity.
Now tell me about the Merry Market. What is the Merry Market?
It's a fabulous weekend annual holiday shopping event. So we have taken a format that is pretty popular around the Southeast. They do shopping markets in Montgomery and Cobb County and all throughout the Southeast. We just never had one in LaGrange. So we took that idea and we customized it and we created Merry Market, where we bring in merchants from locally and from outside of LaGrange to come in so shoppers have an opportunity to buy unique and specialty items as early holiday gifts or for themselves.
Yes, and I have been to the Merry Market.
Great.
And it's very exciting. It's decorated very nicely and in the holiday spirit, and it's just a fun event, isn't it?
It's fun.
Now tell us when that event's going to be.
The preview party, which we'll talk a little bit more about, is Thursday night. That's the kickoff from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And it all happens in the Callaway Conference Center, which is right here where your studio is. On Friday, all-day shopping is from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m. And on Saturday, all-day shopping is from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay, now tell me about that preview party.
Oh, the preview party is a lot of fun. Now, the preview party includes food, beverage, there's a silent auction, and there's entertainment. We have a band coming, and it's the same band that came last year. It's Peter and Perrin Alford's band, and they're called Mr. Terrific. So I don't know the other members, but they're all terrific because they donate their time to come and play for Merry Market. And the shoppers have the first opportunity to buy from the merchants that are in the ballroom. So you're coming to shop. Plus, your ticket for that evening allows you to get in again on Friday and again on Saturday. So as a premium shopper, you can shop all weekend if you want to. And we have people that do that.
Yes.
Because they come to party on Thursday night and decide what they want, and then they'll come back and shop some more on Friday and Saturday and bring their friends with them.
Okay, now tell me, how much do the tickets cost for the preview night, and then if you're just coming to shop?
The preview party, because so much is included, and this is their donation to early learning, is $25. But that's their $25, which is their donation, their party for the night, and their opportunity to shop. Now, Friday and Saturday, it's just $5 for all-day shopping, either Friday or $5 for Saturday shopping. That also is their donation to early learning and their opportunity to shop with vendors that they otherwise wouldn't see.
Yes. Now let's talk about early learning. So the proceeds from Merry Market go into early learning.
Right back into this community in LaGrange and Troup County, Wanda.
Okay.
They stay in the community.
Yeah. Now tell me how you got started with this and the early learning programs you're involved in.
Okay. Now Merry Market is sponsored by United Way of West Georgia. It's United Way of West Georgia's Merry Market. United Way was given the opportunity to lead the school readiness program, which is a community-wide initiative of different entities that are focused on children birth to age 5, getting them ready for school, ready for kindergarten. So this was, 5 and 6 years ago that we were talking about trying to find a fundraiser so that we could support some of these programs in the area. Well, we explored different opportunities, and we had seen, many of us had seen a market, whether it was Montgomery or Cobb County or, Patty Youngblood, who's the president of United Way, had seen this in Oklahoma. So they do this in a lot of different places. So we decided, we landed on this as something unique for LaGrange, something that we didn't have in LaGrange.
Right.
So we had a team of volunteers. We're just all volunteers. I'm a volunteer. We're all volunteers, except our wonderful staff at United Way that has worked with us for the entire time. But we landed on this and we customized it for LaGrange. So we set up the booths just like they do in other places. And I'm sorry, I got sidetracked.
Okay, we're going to tell about the programs.
We're talking about early learning. That's
Yes.
right. So the first year we brought in, I believe it was $13,000.
Wow.
And to date, we've brought in $50,000
Wow.
net proceeds for the
Yes.
first 3 years, which were the building years. And we had some investments that we actually made the first 3 years that we won't have the next 3 years. So we're hoping, since we've done so well the first 3 years, this is our 4th annual, that will continue. But the programs that we support, we have donated money to Troop Bell.
Yes.
And Troop Bell is an in-home program that is parents as teachers. So that parent educators, you're very familiar
Yes.
with it, have gone in and worked with families inside their home. Well, we support Troop Bell.
And tell what they do in the home.
They work with the parents to work with the children. So it's not just a one-time they go in and read,
Right.
but they see what the total need for the family is. And they provide resources to the parents so the parents can work with their children on a regular basis to get them ready for kindergarten. For example, reading. You know, so many people think that everybody, because I read, everybody else reads to their children. Reading to your children is so important, because learning those words and hearing the number of words is very much related to success when you get to kindergarten.
Yes.
And if these children are not successful in kindergarten, they will not be successful throughout their education. So we found through different studies that $1 spent early on will save $17 down the road,
Wow.
because it reduces dropout.
Yes.
It reduces teen pregnancy. It reduces crime. Children that are focused on education, that stay in school, are going to be contributors to society, to LaGrange, to Troup County. Hopefully when they graduate, then they're going to be productive members of society. That doesn't just happen. You
Right.
can't fix it when there's a problem down the road as easily as you can by putting them on the right path. So Troop Bell takes care of all those pieces within the family to tell them just what we just talked about.
Yes. And then you're also involved with Success by Six. Tell me about
Success
that.
by Six actually is it's a nationwide initiative, and they really run the school readiness initiative for the area, for the community-wide area. But Success by Six takes care, holds their own programs for 3 and 4 year olds that don't have another place to go, another program that they're involved in. So Success by Six is very active with 3 and 4 year olds, and they have a program called Color My World.
Yes.
So they, it's right there in downtown in a facility that's set up like a classroom.
In the Bank of America building.
In the Bank of
right?
America building, and Gail Gordon, who is a part of United Way, heads up Success by Six, and she runs that program.
Yes.
Out of that building. But it's Color My World. They're teaching colors, they're teaching numbers, words, reading, just like you do if you go to a 3-year-old program.
Right. So if they didn't get in a 3-year-old program, then this is an opportunity for
opportunity.
them to get into a learning
That's right.
environment.
That's right.
Yes.
And the contact for that would be through United Way, through the United Way office.
Yes. Now the Mary Market gives to Troop Bell, Success by Six. Is there any other program that it gives to?
We do. West Georgia Health First Steps,
Okay.
which is a program that goes in and supplies resources to every child born in Troup County, in that hospital. So that means there's no distinction between social or economic abilities at all. It's every child that's born. So we're, trying to help every child get to that place where they can be successful in school. So that program, and then the other program is Summer Play. And Summer Play is a program that actually tests children at the beginning of their summer program, and has a 20-day program, and then tests them again. And it's very common for those test scores to increase in just that short 20-day period.
Wow.
They do such a great job with those children, preparing them for kindergarten.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now Mary Market also just recently had an opportunity to give some books at the
Fun.
at the kickoff for the United Way campaign. Tell me about that.
We're in the middle of the United Way campaign, and at the kickoff we had a speaker. His name is Chuck Stump, and he's actually the brother to our Bill Stump here in town. And Chuck authored a book, Mad, Sad, Glad. And he was speaking about the book and the importance of the children understanding the concepts, the emotions, things that they need to know to make them successful in school. We purchased through Mary Market Funds, and we made the announcement at that breakfast.
Yes.
We purchased 1,100 books and distributed them to every kindergarten child and kindergarten teacher in the Troup County school system.
Wow.
So that was very exciting.
Yes.
And Chuck himself went out and gave some of the books to some schools and read while he was there, and autographed books. Patty Youngblood, who's the president of United Way, went out and did that. And then a lot of board members and volunteers went out to different schools and handed out the books. But how great that was to be able to give these children the books. We're still hearing from parents, oh, I saw that book. My child brought that home. Where'd they get that?
Yeah.
We donated through Mary Market Funds.
Yes.
Through proceeds from Mary Market.
Yeah. Now let's talk a little bit more about what's going to be at the Mary Market, so that we can let the shoppers know what to expect. So tell me the unique vendors that are coming, how many vendors are coming, and those kinds of things.
We have about 45 booths in the conference center. Some of our merchants just take a 10 by 10 space, and some of them take bigger spaces. So we've got about 36 vendors that are coming. And that's a mixture of local vendors, who we certainly appreciate local vendors
Yes.
coming, and then vendors that come from out of town. So we've got vendors coming from as far away as Ohio and Louisiana, and we've got return merchants coming from North Carolina, from Noonan, from Columbus. We've got a mixture of all these type of merchants that are coming with a broad array of items. So if you're a shopper and you come into the ballroom, you're going to see homeware items, gift items, food items. The food items that we have are grits bits, pecans, flavored oils. We have a booth that all of us that came from Louisiana that's coming back sells soups and dips.
Yes.
And our local merchants, the Mary Merchants of LaGrange, bonded together and have a great space where they sell some of all of these items. Cakes by Debbie and different gifts. Gift items, but Barbie Watts got that group together, and the downtown merchants are going to have a beautiful spot in our showroom.
Okay, and so the downtown merchants, you were telling me they have a booth together.
A large space.
Yes.
They have a large space.
Yes, and they have come together to cooperate with one another and have that booth together and take turns manning the booth. But you also said that they have other booths out on the floor.
Some of the merchants chose to have their own booth.
Yes.
So we have some local merchants that have their own booth, and we have some local merchants that are in with Mary Merchants of downtown LaGrange.
Yes.
So they'll be able to market themselves not just to LaGrange shoppers, because we're hoping you're in a 12-county area, and we're hoping that every one of your shoppers that are watching will come in or spread the word for us and then come in and shop for us. So downtown merchants and merchants from all over that come in are getting exposure to these shoppers, and these shoppers are getting to see these merchants. So it's a great combination.
So the merchants that come from out of town, tell me what their response is.
We've got 17 merchants that are returning, which is more booths than that because some of them have double booths. They pay us a booth fee, and that's it. We don't monitor their proceeds. So people say, what do they make? I don't know, but I know they're happy because they come back year after year after year. They love our market because we love them, and we're good to our merchants. We have a fabulous hospitality committee that's run by volunteers. Meredith Key has taken care of that every year, and they say, we do such a beautiful job taking care of greeting them, bringing their products in for them, helping them man their booth during lunch, because some of these people come from out of town with one person. So we feed them lunch and we man their booth for them while they're eating their lunch and take a little break. So they've been very, very happy. The things that we said in the beginning that we hoped would happen for them,
Yes.
it would give them exposure, it would give them new markets, it would let our shoppers see products they wouldn't otherwise see. They've told us that what we had hoped, our dream, really is true, that really does happen. They have downstream sales.
Yes.
So they're not just selling at our market, they're marketing so that people know about them, and they've confirmed to me that they get downstream sales. So good for them. Good for
Yes.
them. Our ballroom is filled this year. The first year, the hardest thing was bringing merchants because they didn't know LaGrange. They didn't know if we were going to have shoppers for them.
Right.
It was a brand new market. We'll wait and see if it works. Well, it's worked, and they're happy. We have a waiting list.
Wow.
So with the ballrooms filled with great merchants, and then we have a waiting list if somebody were to back out.
Well, is there room to expand at the Callaway Conference Center? Can you expand the Mary Market?
We were talking about that just the other day. I talked to Jenny Ledford, who runs the conference center, and there are other rooms that really make sense to logically flow people through.
Uh-huh.
This is the first year that we've had that great response that I haven't had to go out and spend so much time recruiting. So we have to really make it look pretty. We don't want to just stick, oh, well, don't you have one little place for me? Well, we spent a lot of time planning the
Yes.
logistics. We had an actual designer donate her time
Wow.
and plan the layout of the ballroom and plan the decorations that you talked about earlier. So we don't want to just throw somebody over here. We want to logically build out the expansion space. So we feel like next year we have a short-term expansion space, and then Jenny assured me that there's more space that we can have if it stays available in the back so that we can grow out.
Yes.
We can grow the market and make it bigger. Yeah.
Now, do you have some sponsors for Mary Market?
We couldn't make it without our sponsors. We appreciate our sponsors so much. Our lead sponsors this year are the LaGrange Troup County Bureau of Tourism, and they've been a sponsor for us every
good.
year. And the same with West Georgia Health, and then Kia Motors Manufacturing. But besides them, we have a large list of of sponsors, and we couldn't do without our sponsors and our sponsor money.
Yes.
Because that's a lot of what gets us through the market, so that, and then their proceeds are the ones that benefit these programs we talked about earlier.
Yes. Now, I know that this got to be a tremendous amount of work, and I know you need lots of volunteers. If somebody wanted to get involved and help you, how could they help you?
The best way is by contacting the United Way office, because it is a 10-month process, and we tried to have committees in the beginning. You know how all your
Yes.
volunteers, you go, oh, I'm going to be a chairperson for this, or I'm going to work on this committee. That just didn't work. People are too busy. So what we've done is we've laid out a list of tasks, some that happen as early as January and some that happen the day of the market. We need people to work the ticket booths, and people to help decorate, and people to put posters and flyers out everywhere, not
Yes.
just in LaGrange, but this 50-mile radius that we try and reach. So we need a lot of hands, and for this to grow, we're going to have a lot of hands, and for somebody to have one task is so helpful to us without burdening or overburdening anyone. So that's what we would hope for in the future, is to have more volunteers, and United Way office is taking names.
Yes.
So
and
we'd
you know,
love to
this is
have 'em.
such a great opportunity to kind of get in the Christmas spirit early, isn't it? The stores already have their merchandise out,
That's
and so
right.
people are already thinking about shopping for Christmas. And I was just thinking this morning, kind of made up a tune, or not made up a tune, but some words.
Tell me.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll use them.
Yeah. Come shop at the Mary Market. Come shop at the Mary Market. Come shop at the Mary Market and help children too.
I love it. Can we steal it?
Sure. Yeah.
Thank you. We've been looking for a theme song.
Yeah. So enjoy
Thank you.
the Mary Market. Enjoy the Mary Market. Enjoy the Mary Market. And we'll have
and
to think
help
of
the children too.
That's right. Yeah, we'll have to work
that
on
can
it.
be repeated. You
Yeah.
can't say that enough
Yeah.
because it is all about the children
It really
and helping the
is.
children. I love that. I'm going to record you.
Okay.
Thank you for thinking of that.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of the shoppers have said to us over the years, I'm just making my holiday list early.
Yes.
I'm going to make my Christmas list right now and go shop. And that's what they do. And then they have their family members. We have these little wish lists out at the ticket table.
Yes.
So you fill out this little wish list and leave it with me. And then when your mom and dad and brother and sister come in, I've got your wish list, and I'll make sure
Yeah.
they see it.
Yeah.
And they find, you can say which booth it is and what you want in that booth. But they're doing that.
Now tell me something that you picked out from the Mary Market, some purchases that you've made from the Mary Market.
Oh, I'm not, as long as my husband's not watching, I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
There have been some merchants that I have really targeted, besides our local merchants, who I can't say enough about. We never had pecans,
Uh-huh.
and I wanted pecans. So last year, South Georgia Pecans came and set up a booth and just knocked it out of the ballpark.
Huh.
So I won't say, but I bought 4 gifts and for myself. But that item was wonderful. But the great thing that happened is White Orchid, who was a merchant with Downtown Merchants of LaGrange,
Yes.
established a relationship with South Georgia Pecans and started carrying them at White Orchid.
Yes.
Now, isn't that great?
Yeah.
She can't come back this year. She's got, I think, a senior in high school, she told me, and I don't need to explain that to anybody that's got children,
Right.
especially during the fall. So through White Orchid, we're going to have South Georgia Pecans again and White Orchid products again. And so that's great.
Yes.
So I spent a lot of time, I'm going to say I spent years on trying to reach them, and they're coming. And Ansley Scoletti, who's helped me with merchants this year, went after children's products this year because they're always so popular with parents and grandparents. And
Right.
everybody loves from my great nieces and nephews. I did it for my nephews and my niece, and I seem to be doing the same thing again, but children's clothes, grandparents and
Yes.
grandparents love them. So I just, love that. But Ansley found a merchant in Macon, Georgia, Stitch, and they've never been here before, and they're coming this year, and they're going to be up in the front. And the jewelry. We have Silverware, who's a returning merchant from a previous year, and she's coming back with jewelry, beautiful jewelry items. And then we try and make sure we don't duplicate, but we do have a couple of jewelry products in a couple of booths. But these people, Snooty Hootie, are personalizing. They're monogramming, engraving. They did that last year.
Yes.
So they're doing that. Serendipity is going to be able to do their monogramming. So we'll have a few custom shops there. And then the jewelry, we hope, is diverse enough so that when you see it repeat, it won't be like a repeat item. We try to
Yes.
we're very careful with that. And then M & Co. brings her frames. She established a relationship with Plum Southern. So Plum Southern sells her frames.
Wow.
But she also comes and has a booth of her own with just the frames.
Yes.
So
And-
it's been a great combination
It
of a
has
lot of
been.
efforts, yeah.
And you do see some things that you don't ordinarily see. I know I bought this huge red necklace. The beads are about that big, and I wear them around the Christmas season and feel,
Good,
yeah,
good,
and really love that I got it at Mary
Good.
Market, and
Good.
it just adds to the season.
I think I got these earrings at Mary Market.
Did you?
Yeah, and somebody will say, I go, oh, your purse is so beautiful. Thank you. Oh, I got it at Mary Market. So they're very sweet about saying that.
Yeah.
And a lot of gift items, teachers, you've got to get things for teachers. And the prices are, really diverse.
Yes.
You can come in and you can buy a low-priced item, and you can buy a beautiful, unique item. Annie Green sells her artwork. She came last year, and Miss Green has her beautiful artwork that she's bringing again this year. So there are a range of items that varies, but I assure your audience and our shoppers that there are a lot of well-priced items that they can buy for
Yes.
gifts and for themselves.
Yes, and in case people came in late, let's talk about again the date and how much it cost and those kinds of things.
Great. So all-day shopping, Friday, October 24th, and Saturday, October the 25th at the Callaway Conference Center. And that general admission ticket is $5, which is their donation to Early Learning.
Yes.
And goes to support programs right in this community. And then if you want to come and have a great party night, then the preview party is Thursday night, October 23rd, from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. And that's food, beverage. We'll talk a little more about the silent auction too.
Okay.
Entertainment and first chance to shop. And the entertainment is the band Mr. Terrific. So in that ticket also is their donation to Early Learning. It's $25, but it also gets them in all day Friday and all day Saturday as well.
Okay. Now,
Did I cover it?
you did.
Okay.
Now let's talk about the silent auction.
Silent auction. One of the things that we ask our merchants to do when they sign their contract is say that they'll donate an item that's valued at $75 or more to our silent auction.
Yes.
So it's another opportunity for us to raise funds for Early Learning and for our shoppers to get a deal.
Yes.
So they come in and the sheets, the items are laid out in the lobby before they go into the ballroom, and then the sheets are laid out for them to just place their bid, and then at the end of the evening they can come and see if they won that item and pay that money for that item, which could be equal to or less than or greater than, depending on what they want to do. People have actually paid more for an item because they know it's a donation.
Yes.
And it's a $75 value we have on there, and they've given us $100 just because they want to give us another $100 donation. Or people that have bought, we have Touch of Purple. I don't know if you remember seeing that last year, but it's a cleaner.
Oh, yes,
And
I do.
it's a whole booth of cleaning items,
Yes.
and it's really just so unique and so versatile. And they put together this basket, and it was so popular because, oh yeah, I want those cleaning items.
Yes.
So people really bid on that, you know, and then they bid on all the food items, the local items. I believe Barbie did a gift certificate for downtown LaGrange, which could be
yes.
used for any of the merchants in downtown LaGrange.
And that's only available during the preview, right?
Just available for preview. So if you want silent auction, you have to come to the preview party, but you go away with your item too.
That's wonderful.
Yeah, we don't have to wonder if somebody got it on Saturday. It's just for these preview party
Well,
tickets.
thank you, Stephanie, and thank you for all you do to support Early Learning. And y'all come out and be a part of Mary Market. I think you'll love it. See you next week. Bye-bye.
Got a promise from heaven. It's a year of replevin. Got a promise from heaven. It's all coming back.